Welcome to the Complete Fitness Podcast with Core 4 Complete Fitness. Your episode is starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what is shaking, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Complete Fitness Podcast. No, that is not a male model, you YouTubers watching. It is just me, Evan. How you doing? Check in on yourself. It is August 1st as I record this, later in August by a whopping 1 day. If you are listening to this when it just came out, which I hope you are, because that means you subscribed and you got a notification. You went, yep, want to hear that 20 minutes to add some insight or motivation or relief, whatever this podcast does for you. Hopefully you're subscribed. And if you're not, please subscribe to it, please. Also on YouTube, also on a Facebook page, which has a whopping 50 likes. And we have a lot more than 50 listeners. So that doesn't get much love. So if you are a Facebook user, which everybody is, please get on that, like the page. And then you see the YouTube thing, stream up, and we'll maybe add that. Maybe we'll grow that page, make it a little more interactive and fun for the pod. How are you? August, in my opinion, is the most middle-of-the-road, forgotten-about month of the year. Apologies if this is birthday month for you or your kids or somebody important to you. August, to me, is nothing. August is good because it's almost fall. So you think about it, that's like saying, hey, Evan, I like you because you're almost your brother. You know? So really what you're saying is, fall's better. And that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. It's not the worst month. My vote for worst month of the year is February or January. I think January gets a little nod of approval just because it's the first month of the year. You technically had New Year's Day, which is a big holiday. February, you get Valentine's Day, but who cares? And I have my wife's birthday. So, honey, no offense that I hate the month that you were born, but it's just cold. It's just cold and miserable. The fun is over of winter, especially if you live in the Midwest. February is just like enough. March, it's still horrible weather-wise, but like St. Patty's Day, hockey starts for me, or it doesn't start. Hockey's into playoffs. There's some stuff going on, but February is just the Super Bowl happened, so it's the start of the end of the NFL season, the beginning of the end. August, there's life, baby. 2 days from now, maybe the day you're listening to this right now, Thursday, the new preseason starts, the new season starts. The year of the Super Bowl champion Detroit Lions is just starting. And that does not come in February. That's the end. Now, if this February begins with Jared Goff and Dan Campbell hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, I'm all in on February. That's the greatest time of all time. But it's been 30 years of my life, and we haven't even been close to that. So, you tell me. You tell me if I'm going to be a big fan of February all of a sudden coming up. Anyway, months are weird, huh? I mean, I'm all in on fall. The only problem with fall is it is like it's the start of that long, agonizing winter. So like I don't want to wish, and that's another reason why August is so frustrating, in my opinion, is because it's like you don't want to wish summer away. So stick around August, but also hurry up and go because you're much better looking, handsomer, funnier, taller, richer brother. Fall is right around the corner. So get out of here. Anyway, that's it about months. I think August, the reason I even was thinking about months and reflecting on months is it's slow time in gym world. Things usually start to ramp up in the fall into the winter and then slow down again and then ramp up again. January, and then slow down again as summer gets here. But August is kind of 4th of July starts the all right, I'm gonna put my membership on pause. I'm gonna go, instead of 5 days a week, I'm gonna go down to 3 days. And if that's something that works for you and you're able to stay accountable and get back into the swing of things every year, I mean, who am I to tell you no? I would not work that way. I would not be able to just be like, well, summer's here, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, I'm off. I'll pick up, I'll get back in shape in the fall. That's not me. It's a miserable feeling getting back in shape. So I try to keep it. And yeah, I'll take a long weekend. And end of August, we're going up north to Mackinac Island where we had our honeymoon. We're going to bring Lil Ro, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And anyway, doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm venting. It's summer is a smaller time, and August is lately the worst. I just think momentum's low, and you're soaking up as much summer as you can, and you don't want to really do anything you don't have to do because fall's right around the corner, and that's when everything gets ramped up again. We need to work harder. Kids are in school. Everything just gets serious until the holidays, and then everything's a joke, and then serious, and then it's a joke in summer. And I think everyone kind of lets off the gas in every aspect of their life. And in some ways we need it. If you're really redlining and you're a real hard worker and you just grind it out and you're in the gym 6 days a week, 10 months of the year, so you can relax in the summer, hey, do it. I like to think I'm a hard worker, and I do work out regularly, routinely. But that's just what I found worked for me, and I do think it's what works for a lot of people. The biggest caveat is the making it back in the fall. There's a lot of people right now who are taking some time off who are dreading the fall and the end of summer, where if you continue to keep the wheels turning, again, maybe you went from 5 days a week down to 3 days a week, that fall is going to be way less scary, way less detrimental. And it's the same thing we've said 1 million times in this podcast. It's about the momentum and getting the boulder moving, right? Once the boulder is moving, it's easier to push. It's less heavy. The hardest push, the hardest thing is starting. Same with fitness. So if you want to avoid the dread of fall and the cold weather and getting up early and getting out of bed, and there's a chill in the air and you got to go, push the alarm clock, go, everything's dark most of the time, go to work, get to the gym, start chipping away now, 2 days a week, 3 days a week, adding the walking after, like all the stuff we always say. It'll hook you up, because otherwise time comes and it's like, okay, here's day one. I'm starting to push this boulder, and you don't push nearly as much as you thought you would. And then that week that you planned on going 5 days a week, just like you left off before the 4th of July, all of a sudden, you're thinking, maybe I'll do 4 days. Maybe I'll do 3 days this week. And then that turns to 2. And then that turns to the gym life isn't working for me anymore, which is a whole other slew of problems. So just a little tip of the noggin, a little mindset test for you if you do fall into that category. If you do and you're going, hey, fall's coming and bring it. Watch, Ev, I'll be there every single day. Then hell yeah, more power to you. I hope that's you. I hope everybody finds what works, because fitness isn't all designed equal. And the idea of sustainability is, we can do things that aren't sustainable, but you can say that to a professional athlete. And to me, it's not sustainable to be a professional athlete, but to that professional athlete, they sustained it for a while. Was the average career 10 years? But then after that, they don't still do it. Every once in a while you see somebody, you get the Dan Campbells or the Mike Vrabels. I think he's considered that. And then like a bunch of strength and conditioning coaches who still are doing that type of stuff and well retired from playing. You get that. There's people that do it. But more times than not, we need to look ourselves in the mirror, take a humble pill, and say, I just want to move when I'm 80. I just want to move when I'm 90. I just don't want to be, hurting. And I'm going to do everything I can. And so finding something sustainable, like 30 minutes a day, You just got to keep it up. Just got to keep it going. And then the mental aspect, the mindset of it is just huge. And if you are able to, which I've talked about this, I'm not going to get into it again, but if you can if you can be super mindful of how you feel post-workout every single time, it can propel you to not taking days off and to working that much harder. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Have you ever walked out of a gym or a workout, if you work out at home, and didn't feel quite like that high like we normally feel? We normally feel a good high after a workout. You go, whoo, that was a real ass kicker. That was tough. I'm proud of myself. I did it. The rest of my day's easy. Energy's through the roof. You're more confident. You're more happy. You're more social. You name it. But then other workouts, you go do the same thing. You go to the same gym or you go in your garage the same way you always do, and you run through the motions of the same exact workouts, the same amount of time. It's the same movements. It's all of it. And then it ends and you don't feel quite that high anymore. If you become aware of that, we can realize that that started happening recently. When you started your fitness journey, you were hitting that high every single time. And that is because every single time when you were losing that first 20 pounds or you were, finally starting to see some definition in your arms or whatever, finally building muscle for the first time in your life, for the first time in 10 years, 20 years, you were challenging yourself. You were challenging your muscles. You were challenging your lungs, your heart, all of it. And that is what feeds that high, that dopamine kick. And that feeling is enough to do it every single day, or damn near every single day, 5-6 days a week. But we need to harness it. And all it takes is slowing down and being mindful of it. A lot of us go to the gym and we're mindful of how horrible the workout's going to be, and you don't want to do it, and you get through it, and you move on with your day, and the next day you bear that cross again. And you can do it. And if that's the way you can do it, do it. There's many a month, many a time, many a year that's the way I feel like fitness is. I just go, that's something I got to do. I'm punching the clock. Do it. There's also a whole nother time, a whole new brain avenue that unlocked that says, I am going to be very, very busy today. Today's going to be a challenging day. And it would be absolutely miserable if I wasn't peaking, if I didn't have that dopamine hit. So I got to work out. And that immediately switches your focus from, oh, this workout's going to be miserable, to, I can't wait to get this workout in because I need to feel better. And it will allow you to push harder, because what happens is we start, and this is going back a little while, I got on a little tangent there. If you started to walk out of the gym doing the same workout you had done and you're not feeling that high anymore, it's simply because you need to push harder now. You need to hold yourself accountable and take into, account that you're fitter than you used to be. You're lighter than you used to be. All of these things, your heart, capacity and your lung capacity is stronger. You have better endurance now. You're in better shape now. So what you were doing before isn't doing anything anymore. So that is why you're missing that high. It's not that you're just used to exercise. Anyone gets used to exercise. If you walk a mile every single day and that's horrible for you at first, after a month or two, that's not going to be bad. Probably shorter than that. After 2 weeks, that's not going to be as bad. So if you want to chase that feeling of accomplishment, you got to do the dirty work, and you got to bump that mile to 2. If you're doing a workout like what we do, like a 30-minute HIIT class or in your garage or something, like I said, you absolutely need to push yourself. You need to get to that point where you go, when I walk out of here, I'm feeling better. How am I going to do that? Oh, it's fighting for 1-2 more reps. It's picking up the weight. It's, dang, we got to go 4 rounds, 30 seconds of thrusters. I absolutely hate thrusters. I hate them. It would be so easy for me to just pick up the 15-pound weights and just kind of fold it in, or maybe do a couple rounds and then go down in weight. Or I can just get after it and I can just grind it out. It's 2 minutes of thrusters broken up in 30 seconds. And I know they're hard and I know they're miserable, and I am just going to sell my soul so that I feel better. And that becomes beautiful. That becomes the beauty of fitness, and that is growing. That's what it is. You can conquer what it means to move your body and to challenge your body. And it comes in waves. I'm not saying that I do this every single day and that's a piece of cake mindset, but I do it more than I ever have, which propels the next workout, which propels the next workout, which propels the next workout. It's Tuesday. I just got my second workout of the weekend done. There's months and years when I would think, okay, I'll take a Wednesday rest day this week because today's workout was hard, or whatever else I'd make up in my mind. And I know today there's not a chance that I'm missing tomorrow. I know this week, the way my schedule works, I'm working out Monday through Friday, and if I can, Saturday morning. And I know that. I know that's what I'm going to do. Might be playing hockey Sunday morning. If I'm playing hockey Sunday morning, I'll take Saturday morning off. So I don't have room for this. I'm just going to take Wednesday off, or I'll take Thursday off, or I'll take Friday off. And it's for me. It's for me. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to not have that high, that dopamine rush. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. And if all I need to do is move my body for 30 minutes and move it with an intensity and be locked in and do it, in order for a 23 and a half hours of peace, you sleep better, you manage stress better. It's out of question. We had just a wild last 24 hours. Our really good friends called us and told us that they had to put their dog down, which is so young. If you guys are listening, we love you. I'm so sorry. We just can't stop talking about it and thinking. We just both, Chan and I mean, we just feel like we just want to give you a big hug and cry with you. I'm so sorry. I mean, it's horrible. And to those listening, it's real sudden. And your dog's only 4 and get big golden retriever, super funny, and just they love that dog as you do, but that dog was so special. And so it's heartbreaking. It's sad. You feel like your friends are mourning, and yes, it's a dog, but if you have ever lost a dog, it's a member of your family, and it was so sudden, and emotionally it's brutal. And then trivial stuff happens, like I'm about to go to bed last night at 9:30. I get up off the couch, go in the bathroom to brush my teeth, and walk through the kitchen, and there's water all over. And I had laid down like the lock-in flooring over linoleum because the previous owners had like this it's an old house, old linoleum flooring. Water all under the click-lock flooring. Have to pull up, half of the kitchen, which is work. It's 9:30 at night. Prop up fans, do all this stuff. It's, and it's all the stuff that I had. It sounds so silly, but I would have handled that all so much worse had I not been working my body, had I not this morning got up and worked out. And that's one of the main reasons I worked out this morning. Another reason is we're going to go meet my friend's baby. It's funny, they're going to hear this knowing that we were there last night. So I can't later. But it really propelled me to be like, hey, Ev, that you just had a very emotional, and I'm not making the dog thing about me, but I was so, it's heartbreaking to hear. Anyway, it was pretty emotional little stint there, minding our own business, and between like 7 p.m. and 10 p.m., all of this really, really sad news and frustrating news in regards to the floor hit me. And so went to bed, woke up. One of the first things I did was get my workout in, and it's an escape. And it would have been, I did not want to, it would have been more comfortable to just put my headphones in the office, answer my emails, do my busy work. I still get a little bit of the productivity, but it doesn't give me the high, if that's what we're calling it, that dopamine hit of a workout. And so, I'm obviously still sad for my friends. I'm so sad for my friends. I'm obviously still annoyed that my kitchen is upturned and I need to go, fix the rest of that today. And whatever else is on my plate that I can't even think of. I know today's a busy day. But that's why I thought this would be a good podcast topic is being able to switch and harness that rather from this is something I got to do. My day's already busy. I got to get this in too. Yeah, right. I'm not working out. I'm going to focus on everything else. To knowing I got a lot on my plate. If I don't work out, I'm going to have a miserable day, and I don't deserve that. My wife doesn't deserve that. My family doesn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. So I got to at least do this for me. It's 30 minutes or whatever you do in your garage and your thing. And I keep saying that just because I don't want to sound like we're the only gym in the world, although we're the best one. And I know people work out in many different facets. And if you can do it every single day, that's what I'm in the business of. I want you to come to my gym, of course, because that's how I provide for my family. But this is a podcast. There's people listening to it all over the place. We get the demographics, different countries. I don't know how legitimate it is, but they're saying different countries. So you can't come to Wixom, Michigan. So I more care about you becoming healthy, benefiting yourself. And the mental health is a huge part of it. Thus why this podcast exists in the first place, what I'm so passionate about. And Corey is as well, of course. So anyway, long story short, do the small mental exercises to bridge that gap, to start going, okay, we got to take the kids to this, and then they have this, and then there's graduation, and then there's this person's party, and then there's this. I'm going to be exhausted by 6 p.m. if I don't work out today. If I don't do that, I'm not enough coffee in the world's going to get me there. I'm going to be miserable. I'm going to fake it through there, and I'm not really going to have a nice time. I'm not really going to be present for my son's graduation, or what, graduation's over, so that's a horrible example. But I was just thinking of busy stuff. But just doing that keeps you present and keeps you feeling better. And do it one time, commit to it for one workout and see how different it is. And then remember, when you're in the workout, it's not a guarantee. You're not going to, just because I worked out, I will feel better. You will feel better than you were. But if you want to get there, if you want to get to that, I'm unstoppable. You know that feeling when you're done with the workout and music sounds better and you're just happy. You just want to spread love and talk to people and you're social. Unless this is just me, which it's not, because I've heard many people, podcasters, fitness people, explain the same feeling. So I know it's not, but that is something to chase every single day. And it's very apparent. And it is for me, and I think it will be for you too. So if that's going to keep you moving, if that's going to keep you working out, it also gives you control of the workouts. You're not, I got to work out. You go, if I don't work out, then it's, my day's going to be miserable. It flips it. So that's all. I hope that incoherent rambling made sense to you. Core 4 supplements. I got my protein shake here. Going to drink it this way to advertising. Core4supplements.com. Use promo code podcast, save 10%, spend $99 or more, loud chair, and get absolutely free shipping right to your door. Thank you so much. I love you guys, and I hope your August is better than I just portrayed. It can be as whatever it is, as great as it possibly can be, and the fall's coming no matter what. So enjoy it, stay present, and know that I was just laughing, just goofing around earlier. Got to be funny. I just worked out. I'm in a good mood. Bye.